Chapter 1. The sense of vertigo that hit DeBello was uncanny. His boots were inches away from the edge of the vast cliff. The wind was strong, giving gusts here and there that would whip his hair and clothes around. The sun's rays were intense, high in the clear sky, casting onto the desert around him and creating rippling heat waves that would rise from the arid land for miles. Mountains and plateaus were a more common sight in this desert region, unlike the canyon that DeBello looked down into. The only canyon in the Saheli Desert also provided one of the biggest cities on the continent of Dacis. The canyon held in its womb the city of Erdel. The ancient city flourished because of the river. It came from the nearby mountain range to the northwest, cutting through the canyon and the middle of the city, and flowing onward for many more miles. The mile drop down into the canyon was one thing, but seeing the buildings climb up its sides, practically being a part of the canyon themselves, was stunning. There were dirt roads that led down into Erdel, the common road for caravans and travelers. A small winged shadow glided along the rocky ground. DeBello heard the shrill shriek of a kestrel and slightly smiled. The daemon held out his arm just as the small raptor swooped for him. The kestrel landed with grace, but another rush of wind made it have to pump its wings for balance. Soon it settled, and DeBello was looking down into the canyon city again. "So, what do you got, Indra?" The female bird of prey had been DeBello's sole companion for a long time. She wasn't a normal bird, having violet eyes, but she wasn't a daemon either. DeBello didn't understand why Indra came to him and watched over him, but nonetheless was grateful for her friendship. It was as though she was sent to him from the gods, because she had been the first to greet him after he was afflicted with amnesia. "He's definitely been here. I cannot tell if he is still in the city or not, though," she told him. Only DeBello could hear her. Others only seemed to hear a bird twittering. His senses were on high alert. It made him uneasy. Then again, this spot always made him feel like this. This was where his amnesia started, almost a century before. He couldn't recall much before then. He only remembered his name and that he was a daemon. His fighting skills seemed to have instinctively stuck with him as well, and were a part of DeBello that he neither understood nor questioned. Though he wasn't much of a people person, DeBello had managed to survive up until this point, taking mercenary jobs here and there to afford food, shelter, and ammunition whenever he needed it. However, no one, neither daemons nor humans, seemed to be able to help him with his search. His only clue to his past was a daemon named Volks. 100 years later, and now DeBello was finally closing in on him. His instincts had always given him a bad feeling about the elusive daemon, and now he was starting to understand why. He and Indra had just taken a job in the town of Mare to capture Volks and his gang for the murder of several villagers and the kidnapping of a young human girl named Silva Gald. It sounded easy enough. DeBello was constantly beating down scum of the sort, not just for the money, but simply because it was the right thing to do. His aloof and quiet nature had tagged him as one to not care, but this was not the case. He had a strong sense of justice, and it had helped him win many battles over the years on his journey to discover the truth. He would figure out why Volks was his only clue to his past, and then hand him over to the justocrats for his crimes. "Okay, I'm going in to search for him. Keep a lookout above, will ya?" The kestrel nodded. DeBello tossed up his arm. Indra took flight into the glaring sky,
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.